Hey, Marilyn Suttle here. I want to give you a practice for resiliency, something that will help you when you're in those really tough moments. You're in conflict with a colleague. You have a client who is about to cancel a big order. You have a big decision to make that is going to make everybody unhappy because it's a tough one and you have to be strong about it. Those moments can make you lay in bed at night, lose sleep, thinking all night long about what you're going to do and stressing and feeling defeated at times. So, here, this resiliency practice can help you build that muscle of resilience in the moment, but you have to practice it often. And it's a practice of gratitude in a very unusual way. Typically, when we think about gratitude, we think about the good things that have happened. I want you to take that and put it on its ear and think about what you're grateful for from the challenges that you face. And a really fun way to do it is to go from A to Z. Like start with A. What's something that starts with A that most people wouldn't say they were grateful for, but you find something to be grateful for and go all the way down the alphabet. I particularly liked when we did the letter I. What somebody in my workshop said income tax is something that most people wouldn't think to be grateful for, but he was grateful for it because it paves the roads, fixes those potholes, it gives you police protection, fire department protection, it gives the libraries money for the community. And so, for that reason, it's something to be grateful for. And when we get to the letter C, you might say customers who are very difficult. What would be something to be grateful for about that? If you think about it, they sharpen your saw. They help you use all the skills, the emotional intelligence, the communication skills. And when you get through a challenging conversation with a difficult customer and it goes well, man, that means you're going to be fantastic with all the good customers. So this is a practice. It's something to do regularly. Go through the alphabet. Think of what is something I'm grateful for that most people would not expect you to be grateful for. Um, when we were going through the letters, we got to the letter D, and somebody said dirt. And I said, when was the last time anybody was grateful for dirt? And then he said, yep, dirt is great because I can plant a garden and things grow from the garden. So we're training in our muscles to stretch into gratitude for things that we don't typically feel grateful for because that's where the resiliency is. And that's where the growth is. You know, growth is never comfortable, but how wonderful to be uncomfortable as a being grateful for being uncomfortable because it means we're growing. So this is a practice I highly recommend. You could do it with your kids around the table. You could do it with your team on a regular basis to take those things. What's something that was challenging this week that we could be grateful for? And I promise you, the more you do it, the more you find reason to calm your nervous system and seek out, because whatever you look for, your brain helps you find those things to be grateful for, to feel resilient about. And then the next time a challenge comes, your brain's automatically going to start looking for the angle of why this might actually be good. And I'll share a little parable because this is parable is very helpful to kind of get that concept of resiliency in the moment. So there's an old parable about a farmer, and the farmer buys a horse, and the people in the village come and say, "This is so good. This is good. Now you have a horse to help plow your land." And the farmer says, "Maybe yes, maybe no." 1 week later, that horse breaks through the gate and runs away. And the town people come and they say, "Oh, this is bad. This is so bad." And the farmer says, "Maybe yes, maybe no." 3 weeks later, the horse returns with 7 wild stallions. Oh, the villagers are just elated for this man. This is so good. Now you're going to be rich. You've got all these extra horses that you didn't even have to pay for. And again, the farmer says, maybe yes, maybe no. The farmer's son tries to train one of the wild horses, and the horse throws him. He falls and breaks his leg. And the villagers come by and say, oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Now your son cannot help you plow the land. Again, the farmer said, maybe yes, maybe no. The very next day, the army came through the village, taking all able-bodied young men off to war. And one neighbor who was so missing his own son said, well, at least you still have your son here safe with you. Maybe yes, maybe no. This goes on and on and on. In moments of difficulties and hardships, it can be very hard to see how something could actually be good. It doesn't seem good in the moment. And that's exactly why this practice of looking for what you can be grateful for in things that are more challenging or things that most people wouldn't look at being grateful for helps you expand your ability to see possibility, the maybe yes, maybe no, when otherwise you just be like, this is terrible. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe yes, maybe no. But here's the deal. Your ability to be resilient in the face of challenge is going to help you to be emotionally regulated, to be a powerful communicator, and most of all, feel a lot more gratitude in your life.